Hello.
Hi,
Well,
welcome back.
welcome back to our precious thoughts. This is a lifestyle podcast about the not so glamorous parts of life and styles and just lightheartedly discussing our daily struggles. I'm Malice.
And I'm Vixen.
And first, we haven't checked in a while. Where you at right now, Vixens? What's up going on in your life right now?
Uh Nothing much. What's been going on? Being going to the gym.
How you been feeling?
I've been feeling good. I think I'm drinking too much caffeine. I'm like waking up really tired and I like I drink a lot of caffeine within a short amount of time, so I feel like that's a problem. But I don't really want to stop that, so
Yeah. How does the caffeine affect your sleep? Does it affect your sleep at all?
I don't think it affects my sleep. No, because I'd be knocked out all the time, so my sleep isn't really affected. Does your sleep get affected by caffeine?
Sometimes if I drink it too late in the day, but
Yeah.
but I think it's under control right now. I've just been trying to drink more tea instead of coffee. I've been trying
Hmm.
to do that. Just cuz coffee gets you tweaked sometimes
Yeah.
and has side effects. But that's our what where we're at right now.
Where are
A lot
you
of
at?
caffeine, a lot of caffeine. No, I would say I'm drinking a lot of caffeine too, just because I started work, so it's like getting through a retail hell is
You
the only
need it.
way I know how, which is coffee, and Starbucks is just so good.
Did you try their new brown sugar espresso shaking shit?
No, I haven't, but there's one by my work. Perhaps I should
I did. It's all right. I
treat
feel
myself.
like it would. It's not very sweet, so if you don't like it sweet, that's good. I would recommend it with like caramel drizzle. It would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I feel like I typically only go to Starbucks for the sweet stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
anything else, I'll just get at like a cheaper coffee spot or Dunkin'. Dunkin's way cheaper.
Dunkin
So,
is cheaper, but they're oh my gosh, Dunkin makes me feel weird. I feel like because they use so much sugar, like
well, yeah, I see. I don't typically get stuff with sugar from Dunkin'. I
oh
would say
really? What do you
Uh,
get?
I just get like the iced coffee with like just like well, I get it with the hazelnut swirl, but I don't add cream or sugar. So like the hazelnut swirl has a little bit of sugar in it, but it's not like
Mm-hmm.
overbearing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe for some people it's overbearing, but I think I'm used to like pretty sweet stuff.
Mm.
I like sweet stuff. That's one of my sins, I would say. That's one of the sins of mine. I like to overindulge in sugar
Oh, me
sometimes, and
too.
yeah, that's the topic of our thoughts today. Is we're gonna be repenting for some of our sins. So
Yes.
so that's how we're segueing into that. Who wants to go first with their sin?
I think you should go first.
So I picked this sin because I know this is a sin that me and Emma have committed together. That we're bonded for life into in hell for this one. But I put shoplifting,
Yes,
and I
yes.
put being thieves and shoplifting. So me and Emma have a long history of this, and I think it's enough years gone by that like the cops can't, nobody can get us on it.
Well, yeah, and plus we were minors when we committed these crimes, right? So
Yeah,
like,
we were under 18, so we're good, right?
right? I stopped once I hit that like 18
Yeah,
mark.
yeah.
Well, because also I did get caught. I got caught at what was it? A fucking Vons or something. Fucking grocery store.
How many times have you been caught stealing?
Only only once. And then one time was like good enough because like my mom got involved and like she
Oh.
was like send her to jail, and I was like, what, why would you do that? And he was like, no, it was an undercover, like a secret shopper, fucking dickhead.
Wait, why did your mom say send her to jail?
She was pissed. She was like, you had my card, you had cash, why would you steal? Like, I was like, I understand, and you're right. I just couldn't reason purchasing a $16 big sexy hairspray. I'm sorry.
That's really where it lies, because it's like some things are so expensive seemingly for no reason.
Yes.
Like what's another thing that maybe you've stolen, maybe we haven't stolen, that was expensive, but it was really expensive for seemingly no reason?
Hair products and makeup. Those are the main things. We would hit up Ulta pretty frequently.
Mm-hmm. We were
And
you could say we were secret shoppers in our own way. We were testing out the products. We just weren't hired by Ulta to test out the products, but we were testing them.
yeah.
We were self-employed testers.
Yes.
So I think it's okay. But yeah, a lot of makeup stuff I realize, especially with, I would say, powders, that I notice is I'm just like, this $50 and eyeliner, I'm like, this like $30 eyeliner kind of does the like same thing as some of the like Wet and Wild ones. So
For
it's a bit like, if I know that in my heart, why would I pay for it?
And then once we started working, it's like we're not even making that much money. So it's like, what's a few makeup products? But I do what?
I would say if I was in their shoes, they're not making that much either. So why would they really care?
Yeah, I know for a fact when I was in retail, I didn't give a fuck if someone was stealing. If you want to go out of your way to steal some jeans and like some Aeropostale clothes, go right ahead. I don't get paid enough. Minimum wage is not enough to pay someone to prevent someone from shoplifting.
And especially a pair of pants that's more than I make per hour.
Yeah.
I'm not protecting an item that costs more than what I get paid, that I apparently cost.
And they're like, do this to secure like your job so like we can pay you. And it's like, well, you can't pay me any less than what you're paying me. So really, are you doing me a favor if I catch this thief?
It's like I'm already being paid the bare minimum. You're saying I have to prevent shoplifting, so I'm able to get paid the wage that I am paid, but the wage I'm paid is the bare minimum. So what exactly are you gonna take away from me? 20% discount? Like, what more?
Cut my hours. I work 2 days a week. Like,
what more could you possibly take from me? You're bleeding me dry already. God.
Retail employers are the real thieves.
Yeah, they are. Corporate America is the real thieves. Let's get into it.
We can't get into that.
We can't. You know, they're watching.
They're watching. They're watching. These thoughts know way too much.
These thoughts know way too much. Way too much.
The thing I felt bad about like shoplifting is that I would low-key encourage, people around me. So that's what I feel bad about.
How would you say you encourage people around you? Because I feel that way because you said the first time you ever saw somebody steal was me. So I feel a little bad. I feel like I did the encouraging in this department, but how do you feel? Like, what instances made you feel like you encouraged somebody?
Well, because everyone in high school is into makeup and everything, and I had very nice makeup products, and they're like, what? How? And I'm like, just put it in your bag and walk out. Is that simple.
Oh, you were spilling the tea. You weren't even trying to keep up the appearance. Like, yeah,
I wasn't gonna lie. I'm like, I can't afford this shit. My parents wouldn't buy me this shit. Like, no. And then they would get caught. Like, my one friend got caught at Macy's, which Macy's is a hard one because they had a Sephora in there.
from Macy's. I would never.
No, I was like, oh man. And then someone got caught at Ulta.
I actually did steal out at the Sephora's in Macy's. I think whatever one was in Meadows Mall. I
Yeah, the
think
Macy's.
I actually did steal from that Sephora, but it was only like little things.
You
It was
know what
like an
also
eyeliner pencil.
encouraged me stealing makeup products is when I would actually buy the products and that shit would like fall apart. Like I bought a naked palette from Urban Decay, and the only palette that I bought, like the shadows would come out, and I'm like, I spent $40 for it to break.
What? That
And
makes me so sad. That makes me so sad. I've actually never bought like a super high-end palette. Ooh, excuse me. I had jerk chicken.
that sounds
I've
good.
never bought. It was good. It was good, but now I have like gas. Like I'm burping. Um, but yeah, I've never bought a high-end makeup palette because that scares me. Because if I like drop it and it all crumbles, I'll be like, it was $50.
No, it's like devastating. But now that's why I have all drugstore makeup. And most of my
Bougie on a
makeup is
budget.
expired. Yeah. I'm like,
Bougie on a budget.
can't be caught stealing some fucking
I
palette.
literally still have makeup that I stole in high school though.
Oh yeah, me too. Those palettes last
Mhm.
forever.
Mhm.
The only thing I regret is like stealing so much like foundation and like concealer shit that would like expire fast. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's my only regret was stealing shit that
It's not taking stuff that was long lasting, not thinking about
thinking
the
ahead that I would have been gonna
yeah.
be doing this forever. But honestly, I blame YouTube makeup gurus.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you telling
Let's
us?
blame them.
Yeah, because
I blame them. That's why I said, like, I think I even said it on a podcast before, like, I'm glad things like Morphe exist now because, like, the girlies can get into, like, if you're like 14, like, that's an easy price. Like, oh, I want this, like, $25 palette for Christmas, and that's gonna last you the whole year, and it has like
yeah.
50 eyeshadow shades, and they're pretty good. So it's like, I like why did we have that? Like we did it. We had like little pans of Wet and Wild shit that barely pigmented. Like
Or you get a single eyeshadow from MAC for $15. Bro, what?
how am I gonna pull looks with a single eyeshadow?
Right? And like how much would that palette be? For like 9 shadows.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Bugging.
fucking like that's why I mean, I feel
But
remorse
eventually
for stealing, but at the same time a lot of that shit was overcharged. And hey, if I liked it, there's products that I stole and liked, and now that I don't steal, I buy it.
yeah, same.
So you know what, they got a customer in me. They shouldn't, like, the companies can't be too mad at us, like, and I don't really care if the company's mad at us, but it's just like
Yeah, I could give a fuck less.
like they got a long returning customer, and I still shop at Sephora all the time. And there were some funny stories in Sephora though. There's some funny stories. Actually, Vera said to me, like, because I was talking about perfume, and Vera's like, I remember one time when we went into Sephora and the lady was asking you what, like, trying to talk to me because, like, obviously she knew we were going to steal. And she was like, oh, you're looking at perfumes? Like, what do you want to smell like? And I guess, like, me being a fucking bratty teenager, I was like, I want to smell cheap. Which one of these
Oh
perfumes
my
smells cheap?
gosh.
Like, just trying to be a bitch to her to make her go away or something. I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh.
that's funny as fuck of me. Like,
That
I would have
is.
laughed, but that does kill me because the Sephora girls were always talking to us. I remember that.
Oh yeah, they were onto us, but it's like when you work in retail, you can't really directly address, hey, I know you're stealing. Would you put that back? Like they can never do that.
Oh yeah, they were being funny. They were just like asking a million questions. I'm like, why are you giving me so much customer service when you know damn well I'm not buying shit? Like
You know
it's
what?
just so
They
funny.
started putting like sensors at the Sephora at Town Square, and I would like to think that's because of us.
I I would like to. It's probably not only us because Town Square was lit with high schoolers like after school, and like honestly, it's still. I went there. Oh fuck, who was I with? Oh, I was with Zena. Well, last time I went, we went to Town Square, and I was like, oh my god, this is old times. Like I was like, this is so nostalgic. I used to come here in high school to steal. Like this is
Oh,
so nostalgic. Like I
dang.
love this. And yeah, we were like walking around and there's still so many teenagers there. Like it was actually crazy.
They had a
Um,
shooting there.
really recently?
Yeah. I think it was like a couple years ago. Bear was actually there when it happened.
Oh my god. That's so scary.
I know. But did you ever get caught stealing?
I have got caught stealing actually. So I've only got caught stealing once. I think they knew, and there's been other times where I'm sure they knew, but nobody
Said
did
nothing.
anything really
Mm-hmm.
besides kind of recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get caught stealing one time because I was kind of in a rush. So I didn't have enough time to really like scope out the area. I was literally like, I'm just gonna go in, grab the hair dye, come out, basically.
Was this at
I was
Sally's?
yeah, and there was an undercover. It was from a person who was just there for like asset protection. He was obviously an undercover. I just thought I could get away with it if I ran out of there fast enough. I don't know what I was on. I don't know why I believed that I could get away with that, but I just didn't. Of course, he was like, "Hey, you forgot to pay for something." I bought a chapstick. So stole the hair dye, I bought a chapstick. Like the most
Oh,
obvious, I'm stealing purchase. And
yeah.
hey, you forgot to buy something. And I'm like, yeah, I did. I was just straight up. I didn't even lie to him. Like, oh yeah, I was trying to steal it. He's like got
No.
my ID, and luckily I had a Vegas ID. This was, like maybe I was in Chicago only for a couple months, and he was just like, so like you live in the area, blah blah blah. Like we're gonna have to like not let you in here anymore. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, and I was like, I'm actually just visiting my friend, and I'd like do hair and she wanted me to do her hair while I visited her or something. I said something along those lines. And he was just like, well, I guess since you're not from here, like, I'm just going to write down your information in case you come in again. But I went in again and nothing ever happened.
Oh,
So,
dang. Wow, you're so smart.
yeah. So, well, I was lucky that I
Dang.
didn't have a Chicago ID. So he was kind of just like, oh, I believe you type of thing. Like, I believe you don't live here. So, with you, though, it's difficult if you're from
This was my
Vegas.
aunt too, and she's like, I come to this ones all the time. You have embarrassed me. He like followed me out to the car and was like, "Did you want to return something?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck."
I'd be
And I
like,
thought I was
no.
just gonna give it to him and like go. And he was like, "Actually, I'm gonna bring it to the bank." And he took a
Yeah,
picture of my ID and my bag.
that's his job. That's like literally his job to like do that, right? Like what
Yeah,
else do they do? Like is there a day they go in and they don't catch anyone stealing?
they probably, but I don't know. Like I don't know how. I don't know. Fuck bonds. And I still
Yeah.
went there because Sarah King worked there. And like years later, I was like popped in. I was like, I'm not allowed to be in here. Fuck you,
I mean,
bonds.
it's not like they're gonna fucking remember. That's what I'm saying. Like
They got a
who
wall.
remembers
They got a wall of all the thieves.
how many people were on the wall?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see the wall, but I know they have a
You know
wall.
you're on it though.
Yeah,
How
I'm
do
a
you think you look in
star.
the picture?
It was my ID. They took a picture of my
Uh,
ID in the bag. They didn't take a picture of me. So embarrassing. My shoulders, school bag.
do you think that's your funniest stealing story or just like the one that was the most influential to stop stealing?
Yeah, because that was the only time I got caught, and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing this shit. Like again, like I'm like, it's not. I'm not dealing with all this. So yeah, the funniest one. I don't know if I have any funny ones. Like I would just joke hellish makeup. But yeah, do you have any funny stories?
I wouldn't say I have any funny ones from stealing from like stores. Like that one, that kind of got like into a, what is it, like almost like a routine, like almost like
Yeah,
a
it was just
job. Like, okay, we're gonna act like this, don't be like that, don't look sus. Go in, you gotta buy at least one thing, that the stealing from places became a little routine. But I would say the more funnier stealing stories I have is from like parties.
I'm
I would
dead.
say like we've stolen bongs
I'm dead.
from parties. Those are pretty funny because I've never, well, from what did I've stolen a girl's employee pin from, she worked at Saks Fifth Avenue.
I'm dead. Why would you steal so much
I was
money?
just drunk and I thought it was funny. So that was probably the funniest one because I came home and I was like, why did I steal this?
I'm dead.
But when someone, like, I think my roommate, like, it's funny when you come home and they're like, look what I got. And it's a bong. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm dead. That's the funniest part. Walking out, you didn't even
No.
notice your friends stole, and they're like,
Mm.
"So I got this." I remember when I stopped stealing, and my coworker would steal, so I would just be like, "Can you just give me this?" She was like, "Yeah, I got it." She's a small ass girl, just scooping shit into her bag. I'm like, amazing.
Another person I remember when I worked at Planet Hollywood, there was a coworker of mine who like stole for like all his friends, and basically if you like want, because he would take the magnet thing from our store, go over to the other stores and
Yeah,
take off
the sensor.
the sensors and
That's
then come
smart.
back. So I mean, he was funny about it. He would literally be like, y'all want anything from Urban? I'll be
I'm
like,
dead.
no,
I
we
love
you work you
that.
work in this mall.
I know how are you gonna get banned from the mall you work at? That's a little sloppy. Stealing from.
But he was good. He was good. I mean, I think it's because we also Urban was easy because most of us knew the people at Urban. So I think we'd just be like, oh, just coming in to say hi. Because
Mhm.
like most the American Apparel and the Urban people kind of like knew each other pretty well. So I
So
don't think
good.
they thought like anything of him doing it. But yeah, that was so funny because he'd be like, y'all want something? And my other coworkers would be like, yeah, there's this like wool coat
I would do the same
in the
thing. I'd be like,
window. There's this like wool
expensive ass
coat on the
clothes.
second floor. Yeah, like I want that. And he's like, I got you. I'm like, what the hell, you guys? But I was 18 at the time when I worked there, so I was like, oh my god, no! If you guys get caught, we work at the mall. Like we work at this
I'm
mall. Like,
dead.
but I mean, I didn't want anything from Urban that bad anyway.
No, I used
Uh,
to buy their socks.
Their socks are cute. Their socks are
Mhm.
cute. I have a couple thongs from there. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy
Never actually
though.
bought clothes because they're so expensive.
And the
Like,
thongs I have, I actually did steal them. I stole. I used to work across from an Urban, and I needed underwear one day. I was just like,
I'm
I think I was like
dead.
bleeding through my underwear on my
Oh,
period,
mm-hmm.
and they were the thongs were like the smallest thing that I could.
Oh yeah. I know people steal a lot of thongs from Victoria's Secret. I was like, that's so
Yeah,
smart. I never thought to do that. But like
most
those songs be giving me yeast infections anyway, so
they are what I wear, and I mean, I'm cooling with them, but I did watch a video that was like, you shouldn't wear a thong every day. And I was like,
I used to
no,
religiously wear a thong every day for like
I wear a thong
four
every day.
years. I don't anymore. Some days I don't even wear underwear. It's a hit or miss.
I think it's because I learned it from other people in high school and it just stuck with me because I used to never wear thongs. And then I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, damn, everyone wears thongs. Like, maybe I
Yeah.
should start wearing
In high
thongs.
school, yeah, I would hell wear thongs, but they would rip so easy. Now I kind of have
Yeah,
just
they
like
get grody.
I kind of just have period underwear. Honestly, like I don't
I mean,
even
that's
have
not bad. I
real
need period
undies anymore.
underwear.
I like
I don't know even what happened to all my period underwear.
I got
They
plenty.
disappeared. They just disappeared. But Emma, what's another sin that you'd like to repent? What's a sin that you'd like to repent? Because I guess, well, shoplifting was kind of both of ours, but
Mm-hmm. Um, what have I done? So I've cheated on tests and on my ex.
I've cheated on a test. I've cheated on a test. You know, is that
Yeah,
really that
this
bad? Is that
test.
really that sinful? Is
No,
that really that
it
sinful?
doesn't matter.
Is that really that simple? That's what
I'm
I'm
a,
saying. Sins are a little bit objective. A
I'm an
little
ex
bit
cheated
objective.
anyway. So what? Like PEMDAS, right?
Yeah, we
Equals out.
retained some information. You know, we're smart. We're smart enough to figure out Zoom.
Barely. It took me a minute. I couldn't.
We're
I was
smart enough
like,
to figure out Zoom, right? So, I mean, I've lied a lot in school, I would say. Like, not only with cheating on stuff. Have you ever got called out by a teacher for cheating on something?
I have the most embarrassing cheating story. What was it in like eighth grade or some stupid shit? Seventh or eighth grade. There was this project, and it's like you either have to make a presentation, a brochure, or like a book or something. So me and my friend did the exact same project because we were working on it together, and did the exact same one and just printed another one out and like wrote our name on it. But then this bitch also did this for another one of her friends. So there's like 3 exact copies of the same fucking project. And I remember before I even got in trouble, like my teacher would go to like all the other teachers and like show them like, look at what these dumb bitches did. Like, and then so by the time I got called up to the office, like one of my friends knew what it was about, and he was like, "Oh, you're going down for cheating." I was like, "How do you even know?" And he was like, "Oh, your teacher went and told like literally every other teacher." And then so over the weekend I had to redo the project, but like instead of just picking one, I had to do all of them. So like a physical presentation, a fucking brochure, and like my mom was called, and I was so embarrassed. Ever since then, I kind of like stopped cheating because I'm like, that was embarrassing as fuck. And like, my mom yelled at me.
At least you learned a lesson, I guess, right? The lesson stuck. The teacher didn't have to tell everybody.
I
Why'd they
know,
do all
fucking,
that?
that was so
Being a
embarrassing.
teacher's
I was like,
boring, so they're like, oh my god, look at this.
wow, now everyone in my grade knows I'm a cheater.
Was it like a geography class or
It's
something?
science.
Oh, it was science. Okay. Yeah, I had a teacher where, I mean, I did mine. I did mine, but what I did was wrong. What I did was wrong, and it was just a homework assignment. So I was embarrassed because I was like, "Oh, I didn't know it. I did it wrong." I forgot what it was. It's like you had to pick somebody who was like do a little report on somebody who was born on your birthday or something. And I I did some but it was only supposed to be in like the last 20 years, and I'm like, "Oh, I picked like a fucking some like some Buddhist like monk from like the 18th century or something." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize that." And the girl next to me, but I didn't realize it. I realized it after the girl next to me was like, "Let me just use yours too. Like, I'm gonna just say I was born on your birthday too, or whatever." And I'm like, I mean, okay, like, I
Oh
found this pretty easily
man.
on the internet. Like, I found this is like one of the first few things I saw on the internet. It couldn't be that weird. And then when I heard everyone else talking about theirs, and I was like, oh, it needed to be from like the last 20 years. Like,
I'm
oh no, this is
dead.
so obvious. You copied me now. And it was too late. It was too late to turn back. And the teacher saw both of ours, and she just read, I think, like what I put out to the class, and everyone laughed. Was like, "That's so dumb. Like, you guys not only cheated, but you didn't understand the fucking project." Didn't understand the homework. I was like, why do people think I'm smart? Because this happened to me multiple times when people cheat off of me and then they get mad at me because like I
I'm
got a D.
dead.
I'm
I
like,
thought you were smart when
who
I first met you. I thought you were
why
smart.
do people think I'm smart? It always pissed me off. I was like, I mean, I was nice. I'm nice. I'm nice enough to let you cheat. I never said it was gonna be good.
You can't get mad. That's why I couldn't get mad at the girl for like printing out another one. Cause I'm like, I mean, I did cheat too, but like you made it way more obvious having 3 projects exactly the same.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought that was gonna fly, but
It was there's like a carnival that day, and she's like, let's just copy it and go get to the carnival. Man, fuck those pop-up
was that little
carnivals.
bit of fun worth all the trouble that you had to do, Emma?
Fuck no. But I realized the only way to get me to do things the right way is to publicly humiliate me. So
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because humiliation definitely works on me. I'm like, well,
it
I never want to do that
does.
again.
It
Definitely never want to do that
does.
again.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a good kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna be good for a little bit.
What's
There's been
another one?
times though, oh, where
Oh,
I
go
was
ahead.
humiliated, but I ended up getting out of it or something. Like I ended up like flipping the script and
Oh, you're so
lying, and
smart. I could never.
maybe I'm a little smarter than I think, flipping the script and making them feel bad about what they did, but I was lying.
Oh, you know what I did? What I lied about, which was really stupid. So we shared like a bus with another school because our schools, middle school, elementary schools are right next to each other. And I
Mhm.
liked this white kid on the bus, but he didn't like me back. So I wrote a really mean letter to him saying, this is really bad of me. I don't claim my 5th grade energy, but I was going off. I was like, you and Nathan are gay for each other. Like, you're a fucking bitch, stupid ass whore. Like, I was very wordy
It's okay. It's okay. We're
there.
transformed. We transformed that negative energy from the 5th grade. We've transformed it.
But then the little fucking bitch turned it into to his principal and then got sent to my principal. And my principal was like, called me up and he was like, you're on
How'd
lunch
they find out it
attention.
was you?
Because he told the guy that I wrote the letter to said, Emma wrote this really fucked up letter to me, calling me, I'm not going to say it, but calling me certain words, implying certain things that are not true. And then my principal was like, you're on lunch attention for a week, and then you have to show your parents this letter and get them to sign.
Oh
But
my
like
god,
the
did you
letter
show
I
them?
wrote, huh?
Did you show them?
No, because the letter I wrote was like honestly really, 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 really bad. Like I would never write something like that now, and like I can't believe I wrote that shit as a fucking 5th grader. So I wrote up another one that was less mean, being like, "You're stupid. I never want to talk to you again." Like not cursing and calling him the f ball, f word. So when like my parents saw it, they like laughed. They're like, I can't believe like you got in
You
trouble
got
for this.
trouble.
No, I was like, right.
Right? Oh my god, they're
Yeah.
really overreacting,
So
right?
dramatic, but I'm like, I'm a bad person.
I remember that in middle school. Whenever people would snitch on, like, I got in trouble for, like, I guess, like, saying mean things to people. But a part of me, I feel remorseful that I said mean things. But a big part of me still has that pride that's like, what a little fucking snitch. They can't just take a couple mean words.
Can't
They
take
have to
me
go fucking.
bullying them.
Wow. How
Fucking
dare
pussy.
you fucking just don't take the bullying and you go tell. Every time I got bullied, I just took it.
I know for real. Every time some white kid called me a fat bitch, you think I ran to the teacher? No.
Right? Right? I didn't. I just like, okay, cool, whatever. And of course, it hurt me internally, and I guess I bullied you in
Yeah,
return.
I guess I bullied other people.
Yeah, and I guess I bullied other people in return, but I never snitched. That's
Yeah, for real. I would. You know what I also did? I also made a death note out of
oh
sticky
my
note.
god. Actually, speaking of that, I forgot to tell you, guess who got in trouble at their school for making a death note?
Who?
Just like recently, Juwan's little cousin.
No.
Yeah, Jawan's little cousin got in trouble like within the last year for that same thing, and I was like, oh my god, Emma did that too.
Yeah, the sticky
Wow,
notes.
kids are still doing it. Isn't that cute?
I wrote this girl's name in and she thought she was actually gonna die, so she cried and told on me. I
What a
was like, you
stupid bitch.
I know. I'm like, you fucking whore. You want to come to my birthday? Now I feel bad. You're not gonna die.
Yeah, I'm not actually in a fucking anime, and I can't actually kill all you people, even though I'm implying that I want to.
I
Which is scary in itself. But come on, like, come
It's
on,
from a fucking show.
come on,
God.
like, come on. Didn't you have
I was
other
a little
people
bully.
involved with you, or was it just just you doing it?
No, I'm pretty sure Bailey did it, but like I was the only one that like wrote someone in my class's name. And
Oh,
she found out and was like freaking out and told the teacher.
I
I
know
was
now.
like,
She's like, yeah. So anime really scares me. Because of this traumatic experience that I had where I thought I was gonna die.
That's so fucked up. I was a fucked up kid. Maybe I didn't
It's
get enough
okay.
attention or
I've
something.
done some fucked up thing. Yeah, we needed attention. I'm
Yeah.
almost positive that was the main
Child
source.
neglect.
Yeah, we were pretty lewd and crude, I would say.
Yeah, I was a little bitch. But I was also made fun of a lot. But like that doesn't justify anything.
No, we shouldn't have been that right back, but we have to say we have to admit our sins. We're repenting them. We're getting them all out, and
This is
you
a
know
confessional.
we were pretty fucking rude.
Yeah, rude little bitches.
We were rude little bitches. We were definitely rude little bitches. So honestly, like, that's
Okay.
okay. We were young.
Yeah.
Can't hate on us for it. Can't hate on us for it.
No.
Did you ever so you said you stolen your what is it? Money from your mom before. Right?
Yes. Yes, when I was in
Sorry, this is a segue. Have you ever like stolen something from your sibling and lied about it
Oh,
and kept it?
everything. I do that to
Everything.
this day, like, because I know they do the exact same thing. So I'm like, we can do this all day. And we're both going crazy because I'm like, I don't know if I actually lost that or this bitch stole it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what about you?
Yeah. I would say that's a big part of my sins of lying is my brother looking for something and me 100% having it and being, I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is.
Maybe I'll stop. I'll stop.
Or like,
If I see a lighter around, it's fair game. Don't leave a lighter around.
Oh yeah, don't. That's everyone. That's just like base knowledge. Everybody knows that. Like, don't even like have your lighter out too long. Like, even if you intend on taking it back and putting it in your pocket, like, use it, put it right back in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone I work with has a lighter leash.
Then that's
Because
very smart.
the restaurant industry is like that. It's like everybody smokes cigarettes or weed, so it's like if you buy a lighter, chances are it's gonna be gone by the end of the workday.
There's nothing worse than going to smoke and not having a lighter.
And then you're flipping up everything, trying to find a lighter. Like, there's gotta be a lighter under the bed. There has to be a lighter in the couch somewhere. Like, I smoke every day. There has to be a lighter around. But sometimes they really just disappear.
No, yeah. Yeah, literally, I was hounding my sister and their boyfriend like at 8 a.m. Like, where the fuck is my lighter? I smoked with you guys last. You used my lighter. Where's my fucking lighter? And then they both like couldn't find it. And then later it was like stuck in the hood of my hoodie. And I was like, I felt really bad. I was like, I was causing a scene at 8 a.m.
Oh,
this was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I'm a little crazy bitch.
Like, I need to smoke my morning
what
smoke.
The fuck, you guys? Wake the fuck up. Where's my fucking lighter? Wake the fuck up.
Like, hello, good morning. Where's my lighter? And they're like just waking up. Like, what is going on? I don't
Oh,
play in
I
that
would
negative
feel so
energy.
bad. I would feel so bad, but at the same time, yeah, I've done that before. I've what is it? Assumed that I know somebody used something and then be like, you were the one who used it last, and it turned out I just misplaced it myself. Have you done
Yeah.
that before? That's a
Oh,
sin of
yeah.
mine, and then they're really kind of sad or mad at me. They're like, I don't like that you just assumed that I had it or did it, especially when I lived with more people. It would happen all the time. I mean, not only to me, and I would get offended, but I would also do it to other people because I lived at one point with like three other girls or something.
Mhm.
I like my situation now because living with boys, they don't like you don't use your makeup and they don't
Yeah.
use your shampoo and they don't use your anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I live with other girls, it's just like they would come at me like, so this was my tampon box, and I went to go put in a tampon and there was none and I had two left and I was like, well, I'm not on my period.
Stop. I hate that though,
So
but
it
like, yeah.
wasn't it wasn't me, but why do you just assume that it's it becomes like a whole thing. Why do you assume it's me and not fucking that bitch, whatever.
Dead.
But
Yeah, I
also
can
I'd
only
be like,
imagine.
oh my, like this lipstick is missing, you immediately go like, oh, I can't wait till these bitches walk in the door. I'm gonna see which one of these took my lipstick. When these hoes come home from work, I'm gonna see who's got some brown
I'm
lipstick on.
dead.
Who's got some brown lipstick
That would
on?
drive me crazy. Like, I would cause a scene, and I'd get kicked out because it'd be
Yeah,
like,
I
you're
never
black.
caused much of a scene other than just being like, I don't like. Ooh. Other than just saying like, I don't like that you assumed that I took such and such, and then be like, yeah, but who else would have taken it? I'll be, there's two other bitches here. What fuck are you talking about? That was always the argument. It was like, but I'm not gonna lie, I would use some of their shit too. So, like I can't be too mad. I would definitely use their like face cleansers if they had like nice
Mhm.
ones or something. I'm like, oh, they're not even gonna
I'm
notice one
dead.
pump.
One pump every day for the 3 months.
I want to do it every day. I have my own cleanser. It's just like one of them was really nice. I really liked it. I originally did it just to try it, and then
And
I
you,
liked it.
I'm dead. What cleanser was
I
it?
liked it. It was a Glossier like jelly. It was like called like cloud jelly or
Oh
some
my gosh,
fucking shit like that.
bougie ass shit.
That's why, yeah, that's why I used it because I'm like, oh, this is fancy. I was like,
I would use it too.
I would never buy this for myself. This is quite fancy. So yeah. Let's just hope none of my ex roommates watch this, and if they do, it's overdue time to be mad at me about it. So
Yeah, you can't be mad like years later.
yeah, it's overdue time, and I don't think they noticed that I used it. So Emma,
Hmm.
I mean Vixens,
Yeah.
how good are you at lying? Would you say? Would you say, oh, I'm a great liar, or would you say it's definitely a difficulty and not a strong suit of mine?
I'm not the best liar. I do get a little sweaty. And like I'm sure people can tell I'm lying, but like I just sometimes like little white lies just slip out just so nonchalantly.
What's the
What about you?
last lie? What's the last lie you told? You think?
Oh, I can't say that.
Is it that recent?
Yeah, it was
Is it
like
that recent?
no.
That's okay. That's
Anyway,
okay. I
you say yours, and then I'll think of.
mine was probably like, I actually don't know what the last lie I told was.
Why you just don't
Maybe.
lie?
I don't lie. I try not to lie anymore because I'm
Yeah.
honestly really bad at it.
And it's too
So,
much trouble. Like it's too much trouble to keep up with, and
yeah, it's
like
upkeep. It's an upkeep.
just tell the truth.
Yeah, it's
But
an
like I had
upkeep.
to lie. I had to
I
lie for
sometimes
the.
have to lie to my coworkers or something, when I don't really want to get into something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just sometimes I feel like not that I'm so different. It's just like sometimes, you know what it's like with coworkers. They just come from a different lifestyle than me, and
Hmm.
they're just they don't need to get into it.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be like, "Oh, you don't go to school? Oh, why don't you go to school anymore?" or something like that. Like, I just want to keep it simple, I don't want to have to go into everything. So I'm just like, wasn't feeling it.
Well, sometimes it's necessary to like for instance, I used to Uber and like take lifts to my job all the time. And I didn't care to lie or like think of lies about my day. So I would just tell the truth of whatever they would ask me. And that actually ended up with a couple of stalkers. So I was like, and my manager was like, tell them
What?
you don't work here. Tell them you work over there or something. Like,
Oh, because you would just straight up be like, "Yeah, I work right there," and they'd
yeah.
come in.
Yes. And one time he was like, oh, what time you get off? And he like showed up when I was getting off. And I was like, when I told you that I didn't think you would come, I didn't want you to come. And I think he was like thinking I was lying about having a boyfriend because he would and because I would get him multiple times, like I would be in a rush to go to work, so I didn't realize I was getting the same driver, and it would be him. And I'm like, oh my
Oh
gosh, he
no!
was so creepy.
Oh
And then
my
he would be
god!
like, sit in the front, like just stay in the front with me. It's like, why are you sitting in the back? And I'm like, because I don't want to talk to you. And then he even pulled up on me when I was like walking to the 7-Eleven. He was like, do you need a ride? And I was like, leave me the fuck alone. I was like, this is creepy. I don't know you. You've given me rides to work a couple times and you're creepy.
And I
And
paid you to give me
yeah.
rides to work. I don't want to see you otherwise.
And one time he was like, I was like, oh, here is like your tip. Like, please leave me alone. And he was like, actually, I was hoping I would get something else. And I was like, I don't know why the fuck you think. He was so delusional. I was like, this is
Oh my
weird.
god, Emma, that stresses me out.
Yeah, that stressed me out.
Emma, that stresses me out. Never do that again. Yes, lies
No,
are
don't.
necessary.
Yeah, don't tell
Lies
them
are
where you
necessary. You
work.
should have said, "I'm going to visit my boyfriend at work right now."
No, I kept telling him, and I did actually have a boyfriend at the time. I was like, I have a boyfriend. Like, stop asking me these questions. Like he thought I was lying. He was like, "Oh, how's the boyfriend?" I was like, "It's good. He's there. He's real." I was like, "I'll have him
He's
come
real.
out and like leave me alone."
He's real. No, I mean, most guys don't care, especially Uber driver guys who are hitting on you don't care about the boyfriend. Oh, and no, actually the other day I was buying a coffee from a corner store, and there are two guys in there, and they walked in when I was walking out, so I made eye contact with them.
Um,
They come back around, they follow me
no,
out, and they say
no.
they were nice-ish, I guess, but they say, "Oh, like, hey, what's up? Blah blah blah." Like, whatever, whatever. I'm like, "Oh, I'm good. How are you?" He's like, "Oh, well, you looked at us, so we thought you were interested in us." And I was like, you were just walking in when I was walking out." I was like, "I like your coat, though."
Reaching.
That's what I said. I said, "I like your coat, though." Let's
Oh
just try
my
to be nice. And he was
gosh.
like, "I was thinking you were a little piece of me, a little bit of me." And I was like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend." And they're like, "So you have a boyfriend? You say you have a boyfriend, but you didn't say you were committed to the boyfriend." And I said, "I am
No.
committed. We live together." He's like, "Well, you could live with me."
Ooh.
I know. I was like, "No."
I've gotten the, well, where's your boyfriend?
I'm like,
Not
I
here,
met I
but
met you in a corner store. And he
already
said,
asking you to move
look, your
in.
boyfriend has you walking and I have a car." I'm like, "You're walking too. I saw you walk
Stop.
from up the street into the corner store."
I'm
Where's
dead.
my imaginary boyfriend? Where's your imaginary car?
Oh my gosh. I hate going out in public for that reason.
Yeah, they but they left me alone after I was just like, no, I'm committed to him and I live with him. There's not much more you can say to that.
That's good. At least they eventually left you.
Yeah. So that's why I say they're not too bad. They were just trying to shoot their shot, which was weird because you can only see this much of me.
This was recently. Yeah. How could that is such a reach? Like you
I
made eye
was getting a
contact.
COVID test. I was getting a COVID test. Like I was buying coffee and then going to get a COVID test. Like
Dead.
I was thinking you were a little piece of me. I'm like, oh yeah? How?
Bruh. So thirsty. Like I'm thirsty, but not like that thirsty to be like doing all that.
Hey, sexy boy. I saw you
Hey,
look at me. Hey, sexy boy. Hey, look, it's spicy boy. I saw you look at me. Oh yeah, I was crossing the street. We're crossing the street.
Me shooting my shot is intensely staring because you're wearing booty shorts at the gym, and how the fuck am I not?
Oh my god, I saw that today too. Oh my god, he was doing some crazy Ninja Warrior stuff too,
That's hot.
and I was like, I'm just gonna look. I'm like staring down at my cord so I don't look at his ass like intensely. I'm like staring at what I'm doing so intensely so I don't look at his ass literally in my fucking like face. With his tiny shorts and his thick juicy thighs. I'm like,
I love that shit. I'm like, okay, yes. I'm like looking very disrespectfully. Yes, I love that. Love the booty shorts.
yeah, the booty shorts at the gym that's a bold move.
I love it.
That's a bold move. I would never wear booty shorts at the gym.
No, one time I did, and no, I never do.
What happened? Again.
Someone took a picture of me.
What? How do you know?
Because he was. I was the only thing in front of him, and he was like on like the leg extension machine, and he like zoomed in, took a picture, and then
you saw him like
like zoom in, take the picture, and you know how someone takes a picture and then looks at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you saw him literally like
boop boop, and then look at it, and I'm like, I'm the only person in front of him, and I'm like, oh, and I'm wearing booty.
Would literally slap the shit out of him. That is so scary. I'm so sorry, Emma. Dude, Vegas is full of creeps, y'all. Y'all hear this? This podcast should just be renamed Vegas Creeps.
I'm like convinced some people like just get a gym membership to creep.
I'm convinced.
And it makes me very sad because
I'm convinced. Because like, where did hot bitches go? They want to get their bodies right? The gym. Where's a place to see plenty of like
ass? The gym.
But
it's like, then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm wearing booty shorts. But I'm like, no, like even if I'm wearing booty shorts, like,
I mean, I didn't take a picture of this man's ass in my face.
I know.
A nice ass. I would say with juicy thighs. He was a chicken dinner with some mac and cheese on the side. I'm not going to take a picture of him.
Take a mental screenshot, but like that's the most. Like, don't take pictures of people.
Yeah, don't take pictures. That's our concluding thought here. Don't be a creep.
No.
Being a creep is an unforgivable sin.
Period.
Repent your sins, and if honestly you are a creep and at the gym, like do something about that within yourself.
Yeah.
And don't take pictures of people at the gym because the gym is annoying enough.
Yeah. And those are people's outlets, and you're just making it uncomfortable.
Yeah, didn't these creeps listen to our last podcast?
Right?
We're trying to find a healthy outlet, and you are not helping.
Making it easier, making it worse.
Want us to go back to shoplifting? Like, what do you want? You want us to go back to shoplifting? Apparently.
I'm dead, right? Like, look respectfully. Like, I know I'm a very beautiful, thick, voluptuous, badass bitch, and like just seeing me is a blessing. So just look. That's it for like a
For
few
just
seconds.
that's what I'm saying. Just look and then be like, oh, I don't want to be caught staring. Let me go back to my thing and then I could take one more look. Okay.
Yeah, like I get
Okay,
it.
I got it.
I get it, but like please.
Please leave vixens alone. Please, y'all.
I'm dead. Yeah. So that's all we have for today. We hope you guys enjoyed.
Yep.
And we'll
We
see.
got right with the Lord on this one.
We repented our sins. This was confessional.
Yep. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being our pastor.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all. See you next
Bye.
episode.